gone a little bit away from the structures as I've been uploading recently. I'm not really sure what order these videos are going to be uploaded in. Let's make it 100% on Zoom, so hopefully you can see this. But what is the difference between an LLC and an LLP? Obviously, people start to look at offshore structures like, oh, LLPs, this is what this guy has. Well, you don't know his situation. If he's a tax resident in Monaco, maybe Dubai, or British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Bermuda, Antigua, or even Paraguay, as we see a lot of digital nomads today move over there, there is a huge difference between an LLP and an LLC. You know, a LLP basically is very tax transparent, or an LTD and LLC, we call them limited liability companies. LLCs, but they're called LTDs or limited companies. When you set up a company on company's house or through your registered agent, such as you can set up a company through us. We do both of these types of structures, very cheap structures as well, very cheap, very affordable, and very easy to maintain, just simple accounts. You can file for a dormant company, XYZ. So the legal structure of the LTD means you have a 25% corporation tax, okay? They're both liability companies, so they do protect you in that sense there. There's no personal liability that's done. So there's a little bit of more protection with an LTD, because in an LLP they actually are liable for those actions that they control, but there's protection from the debts of the partnership, whereas the LTD, the LLC, the shareholders are only liable for the amount they have invested in the company. Their personal assets are protected from business debts beyond their investment. Obviously, there are lawsuits, where there are different cases. If a shareholder has neglected purpose, maybe there would be grounds for a lawsuit potentially. Who knows? Depends how good the lawyers are, I suppose. Depends how the company's structured, how complex the situation is. However, the LTD is very simple. If you live in the UK and let's say you pay yourself $12,500 a year, you also have operations elsewhere of economic substance, an LTD would be better, because then you won't have to pay the income tax of the UK. If you're earning 500k a year, that's a very high income tax bracket. As with the LLP, the money basically goes straight through. It's not taxed at a corporation level. That is the main point, okay? So you can see the text on the screen. You can read it for yourself. So let's just go straight into the key differences. So first of all, taxation. The tax treatment is one of the most significant differences. LLCs, which is the LTD companies, face potential double taxation, while LLPs allow for a pass-through, meaning LTDs are taxed at the corporation level, and when you pay yourself, you're taxed at a personal level, depending on your tax residence and how much that personal income tax is. However, LLPs is straight through to personal, okay? So there's no corporation tax. However, if you live in the UK and you're paying yourself, then obviously that LLP is taxed at that level right there. So management and control, LLPs offer more flexibility in management and how profits are shared, whereas LTDs companies have more of a rigid structure with directors and shareholders. Liability, they both offer limited liability. So again, the liability can differ based on personal negligence or oversight in LLPs, while LTDs are a little bit more protected. Formalities, LLPs, very few requirements in terms of governance, basically because there is no taxation done at a corporation level. There's basically no audits and basically no accounts that are needed for the LLP. So if you don't want to actually set up a company where you have to do accounts, then an LLP is to go moving forward, but then you have to think about it that you're taxed at a personal level because it's a limited liability partnership, as the LTD is taxed at a corporation level, if that makes sense. So very simple differences. You can see them on the screen. You can search on Google, but I just thought I would introduce to you guys the differences between these companies. Very simple topic. I mean, you should have learned all of this in business if you even studied business, but it's not hard, guys. You know, super simple stuff. But just putting out the information on this YouTube channel, I want to be an all-in-one stop shop. So people can come to it, watch 50 videos to 200 videos, and they have a great foundation where they can go ahead and speak to a lawyer, they can speak to myself, and they have a basic introduction to this world. They understand structures, they understand banking issues, they understand compliance, they understand different types of companies, they understand the different jurisdictions that you can actually go into, they understand different strategies you could potentially use, and that can spur ideas that can really foster future growth for yourself, for your business, for somebody which you may know. You know, it can really change the direction for the better, as long as you've set this up in the correct manner with the correct people, not these marketing gurus online, if that makes sense. So I do poo on these marketing gurus online because they are. If you go on the reviews, Nomad Capitalist, other ones like him, don't want to mention too many names yet, he's a big player in this market of this personal branded situation, the same as these Forex influencers we've seen, crypto influencers, you know, they're all scammers. They're not scammers, but basically they're legal scammers that get away with murder. So I don't want that to happen. I'm uploading a lot of the information for free. Again, you can still do work with me, meaning you can refer clients to me. If you have a network, you know that I know the stuff and I have the connections to make things happen. So I just want to really shut down the actual influencer industry where people are uploading these fancy videos of all of this editing and stuff like that, and just put the raw information on there. You know, you can find this information out yourself. You can now go into ChatGPT, although it can't provide that legal advice, which somebody who has been in the industry can do. It can give you a very, some ideas to then go ahead and go to a law firm, go to a firm like myself who deals with, fintech, corporate services, go to a corporate services kind of provider, and you can now start to ask the questions which you really need to. So that is the point of showing you this information. It opens the doors, it opens your actual general knowledge base to what is coming in the future of your business and how to structure yourself in a much more asset protected, tax optimized, and efficient, faster way to do business, so you can increase your revenue, employ more people, create economic growth, X, Y, Z. It's only for the growth of all economies. Yes, there might be less tax paid through certain tax strategies and tax optimization. They're there for a reason, to allow people with a higher IQ level to actually take advantage and, open up their doors to business, let's say in Hong Kong, which can open up the doors to business in China, which can maybe potentially allow you to meet that client, which you wouldn't have met if you were structured in the Netherlands and just sat in the Netherlands. You maybe would never have thought about moving to Paraguay or moving to Dubai and having an LLP in the UK and paying very minimal taxes from overseas foreign income. Obviously, Paraguay has a territorial tax system. Don't want to go into that in this video. Can do it in another video. We have referred a lot of Paraguay residences to our clients. Very popular product, especially within digital nomads. Spend minimal time every year, X, Y, Z, but I don't want to go into that now. But this is the difference between an LLP and an LLC, which is otherwise known as a limited liability company, which is a limited company, LTD. You would have seen them before, for sure. You might even have one yourself. So there's accounting on one, on the left. There's non-accounting on the right. There's tax on the right, on the left, 25%, and there's tax at a personal level on the right. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.